I've been showing you pictures of the master index and I color-coded it for you. This stuff isn't color-coded. Now, this is a real picture of the master index. This amp's always going to have its master index inside its memory. Each amp has one and only one, and they're all different because each amp puts the data where it decides. Now, take a look at this. Here's your master index, and in front, it has the table ID. So if it says, listen, I'm looking for the employee table, well, that's table ID 1. It knows that, and it can go to table ID 1. Now, take a look at this. It also has two things in it, very important. The lowest row ID in that particular block and the highest row hash. And this is how it can find things. Notice that table ID 3 here has 2 entries. That's because these blocks have split. And that's how Teradata knows exactly which block it's going to hold the data. Now, what really is the entire purpose of a master index? To locate the cylinder. And that's what the last column is. Once they find out what table they're after, they know which block it's in, they say, okay, let's get down to it. What's the cylinder? So now I've color-coded this for you again. As you can see, we've got all our tables listed there. We've got all the colors on the cylinder. But remember, that's not really there. Then you actually have the real master index, table ID, lowest row ID, highest row hash, and then the real guts of it all. What cylinder am I looking for? Another great picture of this. We see our master index. We've got our tables out there, and we see in blue, lowest and the highest. These amps can look in that range, and they can absolutely tell you with certainty that has to be in this particular block, and I know that's in this particular cylinder. If the master index's whole purpose in life is to recognize where cylinders are and what cylinder this data block's in, the cylinder index, its purpose in life is to say, yeah, I'll tell you everything about this particular cylinder and the exact sectors you're going to need to go after to go get that data. Here you can see that we've got the same table. It's got different data blocks in different portions of the cylinder. And once again, we got the lowest, we've got the highest. And now the amp will know specifically exactly which one of these to go get to get the data. That's how organized things are. And that's why Teradata is so quick in finding and bringing back this data. Here's a more realistic view of a cylinder index. Now take a look at this particular cylinder. We know that 512 byte sector was opened in the beginning, and then it was loaded, and it continued to grow. Hasn't reached the maximum block size. But in this cylinder, and this cylinder index, it's going to list every single logical data block, the starting sector and the ending sector, so it can pull just that piece into memory. What else is on that cylinder index? The free block list. So you will be able to see in here where there's free space, and the amp then knows, hey, I've got room in there to put more of the same table or a new table in there. And that's what I want you to see here, the free block list. Now, stay with me. This could get crazy. Let's see this in slow motion. We've just said select everything from the order table where order number is equal to 987654. The parsing engine says, hey, order number is the primary index of that table. Hash that order number. What's the row hash? It's 88. They count over 88 buckets in the hash map and they go, that's on amp number 1. Amp number 1, I want you to go find row hash 88, order number 987654. It looks in the master index. It says, that's in cylinder 4 for sure. Then it goes down to the cylinder index, and it looks in there and it says, that is in the last block, down here in cylinder 4. It brings just those particular sectors right up into its memory or FSG cache. Boom! Lightning strikes and that data is processed. Whew! That's how it works.
This lesson brought to you by Coffing Data Warehousing. Need a query tool that makes joins easy? The Nexus has a join builder that turns the most complex joins into child's play. The Nexus Query Chameleon, making connections easy again. Visit coffingdw.com for more information.